We also request potential leaders to
I'm the staff Muslim representative of HYGIENE.
Okay, thank you everyone. And we also have those who are in Zoom. I'll just maybe call their name. We have CM General Merchandise. We have Elena Vico, I guess. This is Sir Narciso from Elena Vico. We have Parmasha Sla, CMS General Merchandise, and I think ito ba? Ilan siguro na? Arias General Merchandise. We have Connie Tal. I'm not sure which company si Connie. Louis Merritt Stainless Steel. Kasama din natin ang attendance. Okay. Again, thank you everyone and welcome to this Prebid conference for supply and delivery of various water.
Hi, good morning. I'm from FORTYTHREE.
And our colleague. Okay. So let's proceed. The secretary will present the content and mga requirements na meron dito sa bidding natin. I'd just like to mention yung name ng project, and there's also addendum. Na-publish na natin ito, no? Na-publish na natin yung una, and there's also addendum. I hope everyone has a copy and nakita na rin yung addendum. May additional lang na detalye na kailangan namin i-clarify. Kaya may karoon tayo ng addendum. Ang agency natin dito ay 136,343,392 pesos. Okay, shall we proceed?
So, good morning to our prospective bidders joining via Zoom. Can you hear us po? Hello?
Yes po, yes po.
Okay. Okay, so this is the Prebid conference for the supply and delivery of various water, sanitation, and hygiene items. Public bidding number PB 2022-002-1. Okay, so our purpose for this Prebid conference are to clarify the addressed bidders' questions on the different aspects of the procurement at hand, and for bidders to fully understand the requirements. So here are the eligibility criteria. The bidder should be Filipino citizen or sole proprietorships, partnerships or corporations with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines, and citizens or organizations of a country, the laws or regulations of which grant similar rights or privileges to Filipino citizens. So we have 2 envelopes to be submitted. These are, the first envelope is the technical component, which consists of the Class A documents and the Class B documents. Under the Class A documents, we have the legal documents, which shall include the documents that will prove the legal capacity of the bidder. And we also have the technical documents. These documents shall include all documents pertaining to the technical capability of the bidder. And the financial documents, which shall refer to those that prove the bidder's financial capability. We also have the Class B documents under the technical component. This is the financial, yes. And the other envelope is the financial component. Okay. So this is the legal documents. This consists of the valid field job certificate of registration, which is the platinum membership, and or combination of valid SEC, DTI, or CDA registration, valid mayor's or business permit, valid tax clearance per EO 398 series of 2005. So valid and current certificate of field jobs registration, platinum certificate. The valid field job certificate of the registration shall reflect the following. First, SEC certificate for corporation, DTI certificate for sole proprietorship, CDA for cooperatives, and the 2020 mayor's or business permit. If the permit is expired, a proof of renew shall be accepted, such as the official receipt. Then the tax clearance for Executive Order 398 series of 2005, and the certificate of field job registration. If any of the listed documents are not updated, the bidder should submit the updated valid file together the field job's platinum certificate of registration. Okay, next is technical documents. The statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, supported with notice of award, contracts or purchase orders, and or notice to proceed. Then the statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, or the SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid within 5 years to the date of submission of the receipt of bid supported with notice of award, contract agreement, purchase order, notice to proceed, official receipt or cash receipt, collection receipt, and certification of completion or acceptance, at least 50% of the ABC. Then the bid security, or the duly notarized bid securing declaration, the conformity with technical specifications as enumerated and specified in the Section 6 and Section 7 of the bidding documents, the notarized revised omnibus sworn statement, and if applicable, with original notarized secretary's certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney for sole proprietorship, and all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. And for the financial documents, we have the audited financial statement received by the BIR or is duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from bid submission. And also the computation of the net financial contracting capacity, or the NFCC, or credit line certificate. So the bidder must submit a computation of its net financial contracting capacity, which must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid, calculated as NFC, which is your current assets minus your current liabilities, multiplied by the constant 15, then minus the value of the outstanding or uncompleted portions of the projects under ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding the contract of this project. Next is the Class B document, the valid joint venture agreement, or the JVA, if applicable, are duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide with the provisions of the GVA. Okay, for the second envelope, the financial component, the approved budget for the contract is 136,343,392 divided into 9 lots. So there must be a financial bid form which includes bid prices and applicable price schedules. The bidder shall complete the appropriate schedule of prices, include herein stating the unit prices, total price per item, the total amount, and the expected countries of origin of the goods to be supplied under this project. For foreign bidders claiming by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in government procurement activities for the same item or product. Then certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as domestic bidder or domestic entity. So bids not addressing or providing all the required items in the bidding documents, including, where applicable, schedule of prices, shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. So in this regard, where a required item is provided but no price is indicated, the same shall be considered as a non-responsive, but specifying a 0 or a dash for the said item would mean that it is being offered for free to the government, except those required by law or regulations to be accomplished.
Okay.
Then prices quoted with the bidder shall be fixed during the bidder's performance of the contract and not subject to variation or price escalation on any account. A bid submitted with an adjustable price quotation shall be treated as non-responsive and shall be rejected pursuant to ITB clause number 24. So for goods that the bidder will supply from outside the Philippines, the prices may be quoted in the currencies stated in the BDS. However, for purposes of bid evaluation, bids denominated in foreign currencies shall be converted to Philippine currency based on the exchange rate as published in the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas reference rate bulletin on the day of the bid opening. Next, for the section 3, the bid data sheet, the ITB clause 5.3, contract similar to the project shall be contract for supply and delivery of water, sanitation, and hygiene kits, or any related wash items or products and other relevant general merchandise. Then must be completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and the receipt of the bid. ITB clause 7.1, subcontracting is not allowed. ITB clause 14.1, the bid security shall be in the form of a bid security declaration or any of the following forms, and the amount of not less than 2% of ABC per lot if bid security is in cash, cashier's manager check, bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, or the amount of not less than 5% of the ABC per lot if the bid security is in security bond. or surety bond. ITB clause 14.2 bid security shall be valid until 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of the bids. ITB clause 15, each bidder shall submit 1 original and 3 additional copies of the first and second components of its bid. Bidding documents shall only be sold to bidders and or their representatives upon presentation of letter of intent, representatives authorized letter, special power of attorney, and company identification card. Same representative is encouraged to represent the bidder during the bid opening. Otherwise, authorization letter or SPA will be required, or original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative. So here's the suggested marking and packaging. So for envelope 1, eligibility and technical requirements, and envelope 2, financial requirements must contain the following: 1 original document, each page duly signed by the authorized representative, stamped with certified true copy. And 3 copies of original document, each page duly signed by the authorized representative, stamped with certified true copy from original. Bidding documents shall only be sold to bidders and or their representatives upon presentation of letter of intent, representative's authorization letter, the SPA, and company identification card. Same representative is encouraged to represent the bidder during the bid opening. Otherwise, authorization letter or SPA will be required. Note, all envelopes must be properly sealed and marked. All documents must be tabbed according to the checklist.
Tab. Okay.
So bids are submitted simultaneously in 2 separate envelopes. The first envelope contains the technical bid component, including the eligibility documents, and the second envelope shall contain the financial bid component. Bid shall be signed, and each and every page thereof shall be initialed by the duly authorized representative. Any interlineations, erasures, or overwriting shall be valid only if they are signed or initialed by the duly authorized representative. So here is the suggested marking and packaging. So as you can see, we have the bidder, name of the company, and the office address. And if it is original bid for the first envelope and original bid for the second envelope, then the title of the supply and delivery of various water, sanitation, and hygiene wash items. Then our back chairperson, Bids and Awards Committee, Ministry of Social Services and Development, BARMM, Bangsamoro Government Center, Cotabato City, and do not open before May 4, 2022 at 9:30 a.m. This is the marking of the envelopes. And for the other copies, same. Ang pagkakaiba lang is instead of original copy 1 ang ilagay. Then copy 2 and copy 3.
Please.
So here's the suggested packaging. In your original bid, nakapaloob dyan ang 2 envelopes doon sa original bid nyo. Yun yung envelope ng technical component and envelope ng financial component, which both should be properly sealed. And other 3 copies, additional copies, same din. So technically, meron tayong 4 envelopes, 1 original and 3 copies.
we're the one who put the image lang, sir. Yun po yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, sir, kasi this one is
Press lang po, pakimute na lang po yung ano niyo para
kasi ba yun po yung pinurek ko po sa inyo, sir. Na as per checking where that image po sa design niyo po yung nakita. Parang iniligay lang po na lang, sir, to visualize how does it look like, sir. Yung parang yun yung pag-iin.
Again po, ito po yung marking and packaging ng inyong envelopes for the original. Lagyan lang ng original bid doon sa taas. Same markings, then other for copy 1, copy 2, and copy 3. This is the marking for your main envelope, yung sa labas. Then inside that envelope, meron tayong another two sealed envelopes, which are your technical component and your financial component. And same also with the 3 copies. Then, meron kayong main envelope or hindi kasha. Customized envelope or na sealed din siya, doon nyo ilagay yung original bid nyo and yung 3 copies. So please make sure po na lahat ng envelopes niyo, yung sa technical and financial, all should be sealed, properly sealed. Separately. Then submission of bids. Bids must be submitted personally or through courier. The bid prices must be paid personally or through any payment centers available. We have Miss Sarah Jane M. Amil. The contact number is there, sir, 917-5400716. And address is MSSD BARMM, Cotabato City. Then provide scanned copy of the payment slip and email it to backsecretariat.mss@gmail.com for verification. This is when you pay through any payment centers po. Diyan po kayo magbabayad. Diyan po kayo magpapadala. Then deadline for the submission of bids. Bids must be received at the address and on or before the date and time indicated in the PDS. Bids submitted after deadline shall be declared late and shall not be accepted. Your bids must be duly received by the Back Secretariat at the MSSD BARMM, Bangsamoro Government Center, Rosary Heights 7, Cotabato City, on or before September, May 4, on or before May 4, 2020 at 9:30 a.m. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in the ITB Clause 18. So here is our schedule for the procurement activities, the advertisement or posting or invitation to bid April 13 to April 20, the issuance of an availability of the bid documents will commence today until May 4. The Prebid conference is on April 22. Then the last day of submission of written clarification is on the April 25th. The last day of issuance of the supplemental bid bulletin is on the 28th of April, and the deadline for submission and opening of bids will be on the 4th of May 2022 at 9:30 a.m. Yes. So any late submission po will not be accepted during the bid opening. So be sure that you submit your bid on or before May 4, 9:30 a.m. Yes po. Sabi po ng Vice Chairperson, as to the venue, we will announce it via supplemental bid bulletin kung saan po may held yung ating bid opening. Okay, so here is the 9 lots of the supply and delivery of the various water, sanitation, and hygiene items. The first lot is, this is, the ABC of the first lot is 26,264,819 pesos and 50 centavos. The second lot, this is for the Lanao del Sur A. The ABC is 14,448,160 and the bid price is also 25,000. And the lot 3, this is for the Lanao del Sur B. The ABC is 11,820,721 pesos and 25 cents. The bid price is also 25,000. And the lot 4, the ABC is 11,820,721 pesos and 25 cents. Same, 25,000 po ang bid price. Then the lot 5, the ABC, this is for wash items to Sulu. The ABC is 26,263,322 pesos and 75 centavos. Same bid price, 25,000. And for the lot 6, this is for Tawi-Tawi. The ABC is 13,134,022 pesos and 25 cents. Same bid price, 25,000. For the lot 7, this is for the special geographic area. The ABC is 7,878,488 and the bid price is 10,000. Lot 8 for Cotabato City. The ABC is 6,748,350 pesos and 75 cents. The bid price is also 10,000. And for the lot 9, this is for the regional office. The ABC is 17,964,786 and 25 cents. The bid price is also 25,000. Yung SGA po sa Midsayat. Yung sa SGA, yan yung mga special geographic areas from North Cotabato. So as to the delivery, on where to deliver, we will check po doon sa ating bid docs later.
Yung identify na
Yes po. Yan po sa mga participants natin via Zoom. Yung NFCC daw po, in case manalo kayo from one lot, identified lot, then mag-join pa kayo sa other lots, we will deduct the amount offer nyo doon sa winning lot nyo, then we will deduct that to your NFCC. Para ma-check natin if pasok pa rin yung NFCC nyo. Bid opening and preliminary examination of the bids. The BAC shall open the bids in public immediately after the deadline for the submission and the receipt of the bids as specified in the BDS. In case the bid cannot be opened as scheduled due to justifiable reason, the BAC shall take custody of the bids submitted and reschedule the opening of bids on the next working day or at the soonest possible time through the issuance of a notice of postponement to be posted in the PhilJEP's website and the website of the procuring entity concerned. Unless otherwise specified in the BDS, the BAC shall open the first bid envelopes and determine each bidder's compliance with the document prescribed in ITB clause number 12 using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion. If a bidder submits the required document, it shall be rated pass for that particular requirement. In this regard, bids that fail to include any requirement or are incomplete or patently insufficient shall be considered as failed. Otherwise, the BAC shall rate the said first bid envelope as passed. Unless otherwise specified in the BDS, immediately after determining compliance with the requirements in the first envelope, the BAC shall forthwith open the second bid envelope of each remaining eligible bidder whose first bid envelope was rated passed. The second envelope of each complying bidder shall be opened within the same day. In case one or more of the requirements in the second envelope of the particular bid is missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient, and or if the submitted total bid price exceeds the ABC, unless otherwise provided in ITB clause 13.2, the BAC shall rate the bid concerned as failed. Only bids that are determined to contain all the bid requirements for both components shall be rated passed and shall immediately be considered for the evaluation and comparison. So you should have the schedule of prices, not subject to variation of price escalation. The payment of the contract price shall be made in Philippine pesos. Yes. Okay, the common reason for disqualification observed during bid opening. So these are the common reasons. First, date submission. If you submit your bid beyond the deadline, then we will not accept that. Incomplete or insufficient submission. Any incomplete requirements stated in the bidding documents, we will ma-failed na po kayo at hindi kayo makakaproceed sa bidding process. Missing or omission of mandatory entries or information, the non-compliance with notarial requirements, the use of cedula is not allowed. Failure to sign relevant documents. And surety bond or bank guarantee does not include some or all conditions for bid security forfeiture. Confidential process. The bid evaluation and comparison of bids, this is a confidential process. We will get the lowest calculated bid and the correct calculated process of the bids, ranking of the total bid prices. Note, strictly no contact rule between the BAC members, TWGs, back secretariats, and end users until issuance of notice. Post-qualification. During post-qualification, upon demand by the BAC or its representatives, a bidder with the lowest calculated bid shall be able to present the income tax return for year 2021. 2020 and 2021. April. Your ITR for the year 2020, BIR 1701 or 1702. And your latest value added tax returns form, the form 2550M and the 2550Q. For percentage tax returns, your form 2551M. For this requirement covering months to March to August or later, the income tax and business tax returns stated above should have been filed through the electronic filing and the payment system or the EFCS. Proof of completion of the single largest contract as identified in the statement of single largest contract, which shall be copy of any verifiable documents such as but not limited to the following: your contracts or purchase orders, your corresponding sales invoice, then your official receipt or cash receipt, collection receipt, and certificate of satisfactory completion. For the ITR, thank you, Sir Chairperson. Our ITR to be submitted or to be presented during POSQUA should be for the year 2021, and we will just issue a supplemental bulletin to clarify this. Okay, so documents comprising the bid, eligibility, and technical component within a non-extendable period of 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the BAC that is submitted the lowest calculated bid, the bidder shall submit its latest income and business tax returns filed and paid through the BIR electronic filing and payment system, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law as stated in the BDS. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award, provided in the event that a finding against the veracity of any of the documents submitted is made, it shall cause the forfeiture of the bid security in accordance with Section 69 of the IRR of the RA 9184. The determination shall be based upon an examination of the documentary evidence of the bidder's disqualification submitted pursuant to ITB clauses 12 and 13, as well as other information as the procuring entity deems necessary and appropriate, using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion, which shall be completed within a period of 12 calendar years. If the BAC determines that the bidder with the lowest calculated bid passes all the criteria for post-qualification, it shall declare the said bid as the LCRB and recommend to the award of contract to the said bidder at its submitted price or its calculated bid price, whichever is lower. A negative determination shall result in rejection of the bidder's bid, in which event the procuring entity shall proceed to the next lowest calculated bid with a fresh period to make a similar determination of that bidder's capabilities to perform satisfactorily. If the second bidder, however, fails the post-qualification, the procedure for post-qualification shall be repeated for the bidder with the next lowest calculated bid, and so on until the LCRB is determined for the recommendation for contract award. Within a period not exceeding 15 calendar days from the determination by the BAC of the LCRB and the recommendation to award the contract, the hope or his duly authorized representative shall approve or disapprove the said recommendation. In the event of disapproval, which shall be based on valid, reasonable, and justifiable grounds as provided for under Section 41 of the IRR of RA 9184, the hope shall notify the BAC and the bidder in writing of such decision and the grounds for it. When applicable, the BAC shall conduct a post-qualification of the bidder with the next lowest calculated bid. A request for reconsideration may be filed by the bidder with the hope in accordance with Section 37.1.3 of the IRR of RA 9184. Also, to be presented during post-qualification is your certificate of fellowship registration, which is a platinum membership, and the other appropriate licenses and permits required by the law and stated in this BDS. Okay, documents to verify or support its statement of ongoing and statement identifying its single largest completed contract, which may consist of the following: appropriate and clear duly signed contracts, purchase orders, agreements, notice of award, job orders, or notices to proceed with their corresponding duly signed certificate of completion, delivery receipt, inspection and acceptance reports, certificates of final acceptance, or official receipts. Then, original copy of the submitted eligibility, technical and financial documents during bid opening, and organizational structure or list of personnel with their positions wherein the representatives of the bidder is or are part of the firm or company. And failure to submit these requirements within the required time frame or a finding against the veracity of any such documents or other documents submitted for the project shall be a ground for disqualification of the bidder for the award and enforcement of the bid securing declaration. So here are the common reasons for disqualification observed during post-qualification. Again, late submission of additional documents or sample during post-qualification, false information or documents. Again, these are the common reasons for disqualification. Okay. Lowest calculated bidder compliance with the ITB clauses 5, 10, and 11 under Section 2, instruction to bidders, positive determination, negative determination. So approval or disapproval by Hope. So within a non-extendable period of the 5 calendar days from receipt by the back bidder of the notice from the back that it submitted the lowest calculated bid, the bidder shall submit its latest income and business tax returns filed and paid through the BIR electronic filing and payment system, or the EFPS, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the BDS. Again, same, failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time or finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for award. Provided in the event that the finding against the veracity of any of the documents submitted is made, it shall cost the forfeiture of the bid security in accordance with the Section 69 of the IIR of the RA 9184. Again, the determination shall be based upon the examination of the documentary evidence of the bidder's qualifications submitted pursuant to the ITB clauses 10 and 11, as well as other information as the procuring entity deems necessary and appropriate, using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion, which shall be completed within the period of 12 calendar days. Again, if the back determines the bidder with the lowest calculated bid passes all the criteria for post-qua, then it shall declare the said bid as the lowest calculated and responsive bid, and recommend to the Hope the award of contract to the said bidder at its submitted prices or its calculated bid price, whichever is lower. While a negative determination shall result in rejection of the bidder's bid, in which event the procuring entity shall proceed to the next lowest calculated bid with the first period to make a similar determination of the bidder's capabilities to perform satisfactorily. And if the second bidder, however, fails the post-qualification, then the procedure for post-qualification shall be repeated for the next lowest calculated bid, and so on until the lowest calculated and responsive bid is determined. Okay, reminders to bidders: check the bidding documents and its supplemental bid bulletin. Carefully examine or review all the bid proposals before submission. All other responsibilities and obligations under the bidding documents or the RA 9184 and its implementing rules and regulations. So any question po regarding the presentation?
Ma'am, question lang po.
Yes po, sir. I recognize po.
From Arias General Merchandise. Ma'am, regarding po doon sa sa folder ng eligibility and technical documents, separated po ba siya or pwede sa isang folder na lang siya? The eligibility and technical documents po. Kasi doon sa presentation is parang dalawang folder yung nasa eligibility and then yung technical, naka-separate sila.
Doon sa isang folder of technical component, di ba may eligibility and technical documents? Doon po sa eligibility and technical requirements, sa isang envelope lang po yun siya.
Opo, isang envelope and isang folder lang siya, ma'am. Ipagsama na lang po sila lahat. The PhilJeps, the statement of all ongoing, tax clearance. Isang folder lang po ba? Or i-separate yung PhilJeps, tax clearance, business permit, DTI?
isang envelope naman po siya, then ipapasok mo naman siya sa isang envelope.
Okay. Sige po. Thank you.
Question po. From CM's General Merchandise.
Yes, go ahead.
Doon po sa quad. Maklaro po.
Go ahead.
Tungkol doon sa hello, marinig?
Yes, go ahead. Naririnig ka po.
Marinig po. Patungkol dun sa paggawa ng SLCC, pwede bang SLCC na wala ng yung construction materials? Kasi hygiene kits lang, then water kits and cleaning kits ang magiging SLCC.
We will ask our member of the technical team at saka NDC to answer the question. Post ko muna sa galing sir, may kakalitan. So we will not be sure Thank you for the question, and also giving us time to clarify. Balikan din natin yung big document that is sa 5.3. So, contract for supply and delivery of wash or any related items, and other relevant general merchandise. So, okay lang po yun sa yung question po na hindi wala construction supply, pero wash related ay hindi lang po sa okay?
Okay po ba yung response ng ating chairperson? Again po, yung nasa ITB clause 5.3 natin, ang specify lang dito, contract for supply and delivery of water, sanitation, hygiene kits, or any related wash items or products and other relevant general merchandise. So wala naman po tayo specify dito na construction materials.
Yes, kasi doon sa mga specs na may construction materials. Kaya ako naitanong.
Yes po, as long as you have the capacity po to provide those construction materials, okay lang po.
Okay. Thank you.
We do have questions po. Good morning.
Sige po, bago po yung isang question, additional information nandun sa question kanina. The reason why we will allow materials na gusto natin nakita dito ay related naman din po sa WAC. So, sa major construction na gagawin. And so, i-allow natin yun na WAC related. So, ibig sabihin, the tinitingnan natin ng leader are able to provide materials, supplies that is related to wash, including the small amount of construction materials related to wash. Okay? Sige. Just to clarify that. Next question, sino po yung address? Raise the hand. Okay,
Good morning po. Good morning.
yes, ma'am, go ahead. Please introduce yourself and your question.
This is Luis po from Merit. Good morning.
Yes,
hello.
ma'am.
Question lang po, for example, gusto naming sumali for more than one lot, no? Pwede ba ano ba yun, sir, yung folder yung original ba? Pwede bang isang folder na sa lahat or isang folder po sa per lot po ng original, copy 1, copy 2, ganun po?
Okay, for that po, per lot po yung hulugan natin. So, kung mag-join po kayo ng 8 lot, 8 bid offer po ang ibibigay nyo. Ito sa bid nyo. Sa lahat po.
So, bali isang folder po per isang technical original po sa first lot po, plus isang technical ulit po sa second lot, parang ganun po?
Yes po, ganun po yun.
Ay, sige po. Salamat po.
Again po, reminder lang po na each lot po na mag-submit yung bid nyo, comprising po ng 4 envelopes, that is your original bid and additional 3 copies po. So if you join 8 lots, ang mapro-provide nyo is 4 times 8, 32 envelopes.
The reason why magkakaiba, wala din natin yung lahat at magkakaiba rin po yung so, para mag-evaluate natin, isa-isa. Para mag-comply yung quality natin, kailangan natin isa-isa yung task po siya. Task po siya sa mga plastic system. Okay po ba? Nasagot po ba, mga police? Itong Zoom para sa hello? Ay, okay. Ano na kung dinig ako, but yun po, naka-separate po per bid. Okay, next question. Yes po. Yes po, sir.
Ipabawas pa ba yung images niya doon sa sinalihan niya na kung doon niya
Hindi po namin yung ma-check yung bid opening, but for cost pa, may possibility po na we'll do the background check.
Ayos po. Kasi ayun po nangyari, may mga sumali kami sa ibang industry. Eh kung hindi po mga nasa 400 yung images namin tapos sumali kami dahil kami 300 po. So, pag pinumpit po, parang hindi kakayan yung ano mo yung magiging tayo sa atin yung pagkalinan?
Yung in the vice chair may let me just clarify that. Yung pagbawas na natin ay base na pinili. Outside, we don't have also the liberty to look at how many possibilities and other institutions. So we will not do that during the bidding process. Pero dun sa cost qualification, pag may na po, pag nanalo na po kayo, sample, may nanalo, doon natin makikita. Yun po yung nakailangan. For here, yung dito lang po muna. Other agencies, hindi ko namin makita. Also, wala rin kami lang kung saan sino dyan, sino yung ano naman yung tinitingnan ay yung existing na may kontrata na kayo. Hindi pag nag-produce ng ino pa.
Kahit po yung ongoing na hindi nagila yung dapat ibawas yung ongoing doon sa hindi lang dito sa application hindi rin doon sa ibang agency lang. Kasi doon yung capacity ng company. Possible, na hindi ko nakakayan.
Alam ni legal officer answer that.
So, we have no parang yung sinasabi ko is ongoing. So, we are not sure kung okay ba kayo, qualified ba kayo, o kayo na ba yung tapos pa na lang po natin. Kaya nga po sa post pa, yung po yung i-present, may bago-bago din. Ongoing. So you have to detect that as in sabi pa, see, but to monitor. So, it's those four elements that is possible. We have to decompress the NFTs. Tapos, kung ganun nga yung mangyari na hindi niya kakayanin, we have to proceed again with the lowest level. So, wala na po sa external.
Paano po ang hindi kumbaga sa kami hindi sabi ng totoo yung kami mga bidder, hindi ko sinabi na meron akong ongoing job or delivery.
We have
Ano po magiging pahinat na?
kung nga na hindi siya na i-type sa upuan. May tinatawag tayo tax. That's either. May resort po palitan.
Kasi po, ay may after that, pagdating yung sa costo, ano kayo, ng kontrata, lalagay mo lalabas doon sa performance niyo, kung kakayanin niyo ba yung schedule, kung sumunod ba kayo sa technical specification, quality, base sa provisions ng contract. Kung hindi tayo, pag meron na yung sa provisions ng contract, lalabas yung termination, kung ano man ang kailangan. And eventually, sinasabi natin na. So, reputation po ng company today sa leader ang mag-address in this case. With the current status pa, hindi pa establish yung ating data sharing among the bargaining industries to the mga leaders. Pero, hindi nga din ito namin yan dito. Baka magkaroon ng sharing. So, ibig sabihin nito, yung performance ng bawat leader, supplier, partner, ng merchandise, ng mga ministries, posible po namin makita. Kasi nag-references naman po lang sa leading lang. Yun.
Kaya kami to, halimbawa, nagkasabay kami din sa kanila, sabihin ko na parang hindi nasasabi si kaibigan na alam ba kami magsabi ng gano'n?
We will go back to the provisions of the law and ang isa-isa po at tinitingnan po namin kung may maalis pa yung other source of information na we able to know or it may take into account to us on the different sources, then we have to verify. Kasi until the contract is signed, mayroong malalang bidding, pero until the contract is signed, hindi mo tapos, di ba? The contract itself is the document na magsising na kanina po talaga ang supplier. And even if the contract is already signed, there are still provisions in the contract in accordance to the GPRA law and the contract law na contract provisions na pwede pa rin mag-reforce into termination of the contract or and then blacklisting of the particular. Ang gusto namin ipaabot dito ay the Ministry of Social Services due to its commitment to abide by the GPRA law, looking at public monitoring, public accountability, transparency, competitiveness, yun po yung mga principles ng procurement. So, kami po nag-aabay to that at sinusupo rin kami sa pag-follow ng batas at pagsunod po ang nasa kontrata. Marami po kami may mga pinapadala po kami demand to our suppliers may mga sinabi request na aming mga suppliers and potential users na hindi namin pinayagan. Dahil doon sa pagsunod namin sa kung ano na sa kontrata. Ang parang natuto dito ay ang back, particularly sa bidding process, ay wala akong discretion. It's the law that yung particularly pass and fail aspect of it. Ito klaro, hindi yung discretionary sa mga. Pag pumasa, pag bumagsak, dahil may isang requirement, dito yung sa pag-administer ng kontrata dito, the provision is within the contract ang magsasabi kung ano yung cost natin. Thank you, sir, for that question.
So, kagaya po kung sabi ni sir, paano siya kung halimbawa ng teacher, tapos during post-work, ay hindi siya na-detect na may sinalihan siya na ibang agency, tapos ito sumali siya sa ibang binanwela. So, pero during post-work, hindi siya na-detect, hanggang sa nanalo siya. Tapos, nung nanalo siya, nasad naman niya na maayos yung ba, kailangan mga item na kung kayo naman tapos base na na-detect na may sinamahan siya, pero wala pa siya mabayaran. So, ano mangyayari doon? Meron pa siya nilabag patas na email na sa laman niya kahit na nagsali siya sa iba. So, pero nasad naman po niya, okay naman po. Wala naman natatanggap na maayos, nakapulay siya.
Kasi kung ano na sa kontrata, yun yung ating susundan. Pero yung aspecto ng transparency on your side, ang limitation sa our part ay kung ano yung hindi clear, hindi sa pinulat na sa inyo. Kaya na ano sabi ng kontrata, sabi ng sa kontrata. Wala naman, I'm sure, that's really clear na meron violation with regards to transparency. Yun natin very good critical question yung mga na tinitingnan din natin. For now, ang klaro ay pagka-violate sa kontrata, klaro yung sinasabi ng batas na violation at kung sa condition ng kontrata, pwede natin i-terminate ang kontrata. So the delivery, pag na-continue yung kontrata, so most likely, kung wala pa din sa provision sa batas, hindi namin i-execute. Pero mag-reflect din doon sa performance na hindi reflect. Ibig sabihin, kumbaga may ma-deliver mo, pero yung reference mo, yung future reading, meron ka, may sasabi sa
Just lang na reminders lang, yung formula ng NFCC. So yung NFCC po, yung formula niya is yung current assets minus current liabilities multiplied to 15 minus the value of all outstanding or uncompleted portion of the project under ongoing contracts. Ano po yung na-reflect niyo doon na ongoing contract, yung uncompleted portion or balance. Tapos supposedly, na-deduct na po yan doon sa computation ng NFCC.
So, kasi yun ang may kakilala na si ako, kung naman pero nangyari, sumali siya doon sa kabila, sumali din dito, pero hindi siya na-detect. Kaya lang nalaman na nabayaran na siya, tapos na siya, so parang kailangan talaga. So, ano, pero yung tinatanong ko, after nung lahat, nabayaran na siya, okay lang, mag-blacklist ba siya kasi hindi siya nagsabi na totoo na sumali siya doon. Even na good performance naman siya doon sa dalawang agency na yun. Kaya alam mo na lang, what is the rationale? Ano po yun? Magre-record lang po yung recognition. Recognition na lang yun. Kasi iba yung pinapagawa na siya nagsabi. Pero, in terms naman sa mga performance niya, nasa naman po nila mga
Pero ang klaro po dyan ay yung ongoing. Pero pag
Pero nag-double check din naman po yung back secretariat na sa mga, kung may mga issues pa na or period din na awareness sa kanila na hindi na.
So, ang recommendation, pag-ibig nyo na po, maging transparent na rin. Medyo, alam po, mga notorious to outside. Tingnan nyo lang po, mga account data yung mga producers na mag-check. Hindi ka kasi yung wash items na baka expired yung mga mas makasira pala. Ang paniwala natin, hindi lang seryoso doon sa pagkalo ng transparency natin sa procurement at competitiveness. Kung malayo po kayo, i-rin din po yung best para sa specs. Dahil nakakatulong po yun sa inyo. Pagiging ng program, una, kapag yung reputation din. Pangalawa, tao po, social service po yung binibigay natin. Tumulong po ito sa mga talagang mga pamilya na nangangailangan ng ating tulong. Okay, thank you for that questions. Dito active and productive yung ating meeting. Meron pa ba? Expected namin na yung mga sa online, baka meron. Basta sa chat box.
Meron pa po ba kayong question po sa Zoom? Again po, we would like to repeat na yung NFCC nyo po, you should declare all your ongoing contracts to be deducted to the amount of your NFCC.
Good morning po uli. Hello
Wait
po.
lang po, next po kayo mag-question po. Wait lang po.
Okay.
All bids shall be accompanied by a bid security payable to the procuring entity.
So yung yung regular po sa physical office and
Nice question, ma'am. Clarify lang din natin ang question dito sa room for those who are in Zoom. Kanino po ba dapat nakapangalan ng BBC? So, ang tingnan po natin ay nasa IRR. Lalo po, ang pangalan po ay lalagay sa list I am procuring anything. In this case, sa ano na to, should be under the name of MSSD. Thank you.
Yung question po sa Zoom, you may proceed po. Okay, ang question po dito, yung original bid na may tatak na certified true copy, yun po ang i-photocopy namin for copy 1, 2, and 3. The answer po is yes. Tatakan nyo lang din po ng certified true copy from original. Okay po ba yun, Ma'am Connie Tan? Okay po. Sige, sige. Again po, yung sa copy 1, 2, and 3 po, you may photocopy your original document, then pakitatakan lang po ng certified true copy from original. Each page of ng mga documents nyo, lahat ng documents nyo po, and duly signed po ng authorized representative. Wala naman sir.
Any other questions? Yung schedule di question and any possible supplemental service para mag-change after April 28.
Yes.
So, ang target ko ngayon, meron mo kami hopefully this time, pero just to let you know, based on the schedule, we're still allowed to do some changes. In that case, we'll have to do supplemental needs after April 28. So, kung makita niyo po yung mga pagbabago, makakasi yung mga hindi nakakita, yun yung medyo pinipilaka. So, schedule na lang and then we can
And also po, if you have any other clarification po, after this, you may write it through email for written clarification until 25th. Ang written clarification. Supplemental bid bulletin rate lang.
Reminder lang po, merong dati nag-join sa amin yung bidder, yung photocopy 1, 2, and 3 niya, may signature sa omnibus first statement niya. While the original po ay wala. Na may po namin yun.
Wala ko sa discretion ng tao. Kung ano yung nakalagay na wala ko sa discretion ng tao, kailangan namin mag-disqualify. Seryoso po kami doon. Dahil wala ko sa amin ang gusto mong tulog sa so last week submission kami na written clarification pa kayo, you can send to us until April 25. Pag meron kami mga situation ng April 28, so matapos po. And then bukas po tayo ng bid sa May 4. 9:30 a.m. Pag dumating 9:31, disqualified.
Philippine Standard Time.
Ano, meron din kami experience pag nasabit ng docs, hindi na pwede walang ginawa. Kasi may experiences na gano'n na makakaya ko makaalam. So, hindi ko namin may experiences na nagturo ng ako. Even that is para sige,
Dito po.
asa daw mga
Okay, yung sa magbili po ng bidding documents, you can visit us po doon sa procurement unit sa baba, and we will assist you sa cash po para sa pagbayad. Okay, any other clarifications po from our participants via Zoom? Is there any po? Again po, yung items to be procured po, makikita po natin sa bid docs.
Okay, so there is that.
Last, yes. Then tatakain ng Thank you so much po for joining.